All right, Greenland for minerals to manufacture electronics and weapons. How about Canada for oil and water? And then there's Venezuela for the oil reserves and Mexico for manufacturing. And we got Panama for the shipping lane as well. And we have American LNG for the fertilizer and the natural gas, not to mention our oil reserves. And it's all in our hemisphere, and we don't need permission from anyone anymore. Right? Now, if that doesn't explain to you why the Strait of Hormuz is becoming irrelevant, then nothing will. So this is my third video on the Strait of Hormuz, right? I talked about oil in the first one, natural gas in the second one, and today I want to close that loop with the rare earth minerals and the fertilizer. But, we hear it. Trump is finished. He's in a war with Iran that he can't win. The Strait has been shut since March, and gas is over $4 a gallon, right? JP Morgan's warning, global inventories could hit an operational floor by September. They also said we'd run out by April, and they were wrong on that one. And Trump's still picking fights with Canada and Denmark and Colombia and Mexico all at the same time. He's got to be the worst president in history, right? Well, at least that's what we hear from the media, right? But what if drawing this war out slowly is exactly what the plan is supposed to be? Think about it. Japan gets almost all of its crude from the Middle East. South Korea, roughly 7 barrels out of 10. India, close to half. Those are the countries that are bleeding out. We're not bleeding out. Venezuela sits on the largest reserves on Earth. Canada has enormous reserves. We have enormous reserves as well. Everyone knows that. Think back to January for a second. Maduro got pulled out, and then the sanctions were lifted on Venezuelan oil, right? And then it was Canada. And then it was Greenland and their rare earth minerals. Remember the process? So you see where I'm going with this, right? Now let's address all the keyboard warriors out there that are screaming, what about the fertilizer? Well, nitrogen fertilizer comes from natural gas, and a big share of that comes out of the Middle East. But remember, Iran put missiles into Ras Laffan in Qatar and took out a big piece of the world's largest LNG plant. So where does the world have to go now for the thing that grows its food? North America and Russia, of course. And this is why I keep saying America and Russia have been doing a deal all along. I'm convinced of it. If you want more evidence of the irrelevance of Hormuz, the number one foreign holder of American securities is Japan at about $1.2 trillion. The next biggest U.S. debt holder is China, then Taiwan, South Korea, and Europe. All foreign countries hold around $9 trillion or roughly $39 trillion in debt. And the warning has always been the same. One day, these countries are going to stand up and walk away and move into Swiss francs or gold. But now, those same countries need our energy, our fertilizer, and our minerals. So they can't really walk away, can they? You see where I'm going with this? Trump? And by the way, this isn't a new play. Putin ran it already. During this 4.5 years of slow grinding Ukrainian war, he rebuilt the Russian economy around production. Right? They went from buying Iranian drones to building their own drones and selling them. Right? So with all that, this is what I think. And you can tell me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure many of you will. Just keep it cordial and communicate like an adult, please. I think what's actually getting unwound here is what I've been saying. 100 years of the City of London holding the financial reins on this country. The petrodollar, the euro-dollar market, the whole architecture being dismantled. And am I saying it's good or it's bad? No, I'm just telling you this is deliberate. And now that you see all of it, maybe you understand why I'm saying Hormuz is irrelevant. Knowledge is power. Applied knowledge, that's leverage. Go to jointab.us and grab the Citizen Servant Leader Certification course so you can run for a seat, take a seat, and hold the seat with knowledge no other local government official has. jointab.us.